Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We are adhering to all health and safety protocols today. As you take your seat, please try to keep at least 2 seats between your family group and others. Masks should be worn at all times during the ceremony. We thank you for keeping our community safe. We will begin our ceremony shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the entrance of the University of South Carolina Upstate faculty. Please remain standing for the platform party led by Faculty Senate Chair-elect Dr. Carmen Harris, followed by Chancellor Benny Harris, University of South Carolina Upstate officials, and members of the Spartanburg County Commission for Higher Education. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by cadets of the Army ROTC Southern Guards Battalion, followed by the singing of the national anthem, led by USC Upstate student Ms. Caitlin Purvis, accompanied by the Spartanburg Philharmonic String Quintet. Following the national anthem, Reverend Stacy Mills will provide the invocation.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Yerete, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom. As we bow in the wonder of this moment, all are welcomed to reflect in the manner with which you identify spiritually. Together, we acknowledge that which makes us different while embracing that which unites us. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we pause in the wonder of this moment and in all that you have afforded us, and we offer thanks. Thank you for the joy of this occasion. You have given us the beauty of this day and the promise of those to come, for which we are grateful. We reverently seek your presence as we witness the culmination of years spent in pursuit of knowledge and sustained quality of life by our students and faculty, staff, and administration. Enlarge our territory that we may influence the systems that guide our progress. We humbly remember those who began with us but are no longer here. Give to all those with whom you have entrusted leadership today a desire to seek your will and the strength to do it. So we ask your blessings on the class of 2021, their families, and Chancellor and Mrs. Harris. Give to all of our leaders the vision of what you desire USC Upstate to be and the community it will influence. So too we ask thee to guide our hearts and our minds toward a more progressive ideology and a learning environment wherein all people are welcome and ideas are nurtured in civility. In the name of all that is righteous, pure, and holy, amen. It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce Chancellor Dr. Benny Harris.
Please be seated. Thank you, Reverend Mills and Ms. Purvis. I want us to pause and just give Mrs. Purvis a hand. She's one of our students, has done a phenomenal job over the last our second commencement, and I'm so proud of you. Where are you? There you are. Great. Congratulations, graduate. The day you've dreamed about for years is finally here. Commencement Day for the class of 2021. Give yourselves a round of applause. It is a special day to be able to host this time-honored tradition in person again. I'm delighted to welcome each of you to this ceremony and to celebrate your commencement at the University of South Carolina, Upstate. I want to recognize a few people here. I love doing this, so I'm going to ask if you are a parent to a graduate, please stand. Wait just a minute. Hold your applauses, hold your applauses, hold your applauses. Stay standing, parents, stay standing. If you are a grandparent to a graduate, will you please stand? If you are a spouse or a partner, a wife or a husband or a partner to a graduate, will you please stand? If you are a sibling, a sister, a brother to a graduate, will you please stand? Now, if you are an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, or a niece, or sister, stand up. And if you came along because you're just so proud of our students, why don't you stand? So graduates, let's turn around and give our village a round of applause. Thank you all very much. You may be seated. As I began this afternoon, I would like to ask two groups of students to stand again. I'm going to tell you who they are. And I want you to hold your applause until they have all been recognized. The first, the cadet of the Army ROTC Southern Guard Battalion. Will you stand if you're here? Now, current members and veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces and anyone who is enrolled as a dependent of a veteran, will you please stand? And please remain standing just for a moment. It is especially meaningful to me that each commencement we pause and recognize those who have dedicated and devoted their lives to protecting ours. USC Upstate is designated as a military-friendly campus and ranked #1 by U.S. News and World Report's among best colleges for veterans in the Regional College South category. This is one way that we demonstrate that care and concern. For those of you who are graduating today, your achievement is a special one. Thank you for your service and the support you provide those in service. Please join me in showing our appreciation. You may be seated. Graduates, today is your day. There are few moments in life when an entire community just stops to celebrate your achievement. But that's what we're doing today. All of the pomp and circumstance, the funny caps, the robes, the moment you receive your diploma, all of this is to say to the world, you have achieved your goal. It is to celebrate the uniqueness you have added to this community and the difference you have made at USC Upstate. Just as we expect and imagine the difference you will make as you leave this campus to take your place in the world. Enjoy today. Take it all in. This is a major milestone on the journey you began in kindergarten or even before. You've worked hard to earn your degree. You're surrounded by the faculty and staff who invested the past several years in your success. Faculty who will remain interested in you and available to you for many years after we conclude today. You're surrounded by a host of friends who have joined you on this journey towards their own degrees, relationships that I hope you will enjoy for a lifetime. For those of you who have family here, I can say from experience as a father of 3 children, college graduates, 2 college graduates and 1 to graduate, that right now their hearts are bursting with pride at your accomplishment. And yet, I have strategically referred to this day as a milestone, not an end to the journey. Through all the classes, all the papers, all the deadlines, the larger thing, the broader thing that I hope we have inspired in you is a love for learning. I know that most of you may never pursue another degree, but you must continue to learn and grow. The world you're entering today will not long be the world for which you have prepared. New technology will continue to emerge at an increasing pace. Careers that have not yet been invented will dominate the landscape a few years from now. None of us knew how dramatically our daily lives would change during your time at USC Upstate. Changes that would result from an increasingly fractured society and the pandemic. Yet for every challenge that emerged, every barrier that seemed insurmountable, you adapted and you persevered. Now you have achieved this milestone, of which you should be deeply proud, because I'm certainly proud of you. As the late Chadwick Boseman said in another commencement speech, purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember, the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. Indeed, because those unexpected circumstances you take from your years at USC Upstate, a greater measure of critical thinking skills, resilience, adaptability, flexibility, fortitude, and an appreciation of life, an opportunity that will serve you well. Each of you has a story about the journey that has brought you to this moment. I wish we could share them all, but let me share just a few that exemplify your remarkable accomplishments as the class of 2021 at USC Upstate. Alice Atkins is a communication public relations major with a minor in women's and gender studies. During the spring of 2020, Alexis successfully completed a social media management internship. No small feat during the pandemic. While working as a property consultant, she became skilled in working effectively with diverse groups and developed strong problem-solving, analytical, and communication skills. This led to another internship offered by Morning View Communities, and now a full-time job in property management for a Spartanburg-based company committed to building affordable houses. Congratulations, Alexis. Kathy Lynn Coggins is a psychology major with a minor in criminal justice. Katie received a competitive Milligan Scholar Award to research moral panics. Her faculty mentor, Assistant Professor Colby King, was impressed by her approach and understanding of the practical implications of the work. Her intellectual curiosity, ability to work independently, and openness to new ideas that she seamlessly synthesized with her previous research has prepared her well to begin a Master of Science program in criminal justice at the University of New Haven in Connecticut. Congratulations, Katie Lynn. Alyssa Kirby, a political science major who plans to enroll in business analytics master program at USC Upstate and hopes of pursuing a related career path. Alyssa is a first-generation college graduate who has maintained a near-perfect GPA during her time at USC Upstate. She has embraced her college experience by forming many friendships and getting to know her professor. Now she is looking forward to broadening her knowledge in graduate school and seeing where it takes her next. Congratulations, Alyssa. Walter Keeler is a first-generation American majoring in computer information system. Active in student life on campus, she helped restart the Muslim Student Association as its president. She excelled in class while working multiple jobs and tackled all obstacles with a positive attitude. Her eagerness to learn about and apply technology to the needs of businesses has landed her a job as a cybersecurity analyst with Milliken & Company, and offered that resulted from a career management job fair that she participated in an interview. Congratulations, Wata. And Mikhail Asetsky came to USC Upstate from Belarus in 2003. Before enrolling at USC Upstate, he became fluent in English, earned an associate's degree in Metatronic while working at BMW as a senior equipment service associate. But a 4-year degree was his dream. And in 2017, Mikolai enrolled at USC Upstate. He worked nights at BMW while attending classes during the day, while maintaining a perfect GPA. Today, he achieves his dream as he received his Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. Congratulations, Nikolai. Cassandra D'Amico is a biology major with a concentration in pre-medical studies. As a freshman, she became an emergency department medical scribe at Spartanburg Regional, which expanded her interest in medicine. Her biology and chemistry courses and research challenged her to be a more inquisitive and independent learner. She served as president of the Health Professional Club, and as an aspiring mentor, she credits her network of professors and peers with positioning her to succeed in preparing for medical school, and also in accepting a position as a paranative technician at Prisma. Congratulations, Cassandra. Raquel Medina is a non-traditional first-generation college student. An interdisciplinary studies major, Raquel focused on psychology, nonprofit administration, and business management. Her undergraduate thesis, The Effect of COVID-19 Pandemic on Mental Health and Family Relationships, was considered one of the outstanding senior capstone paper of the year. Raquel peers and faculty in the Center of Interdisciplinary Studies praised the exceedingly high quality of her scholarship, her dedication to the pursuit of her degree, and her outstanding teamwork. Congratulations, Raquel. And David Leon is a first-generation college student majoring in economics and finance. He was among the first cohort of Alzando through college, which will help Latinx and first-generation students navigate college and become a mentor. Detail-oriented, conscientious, and intellectually curious, he was offered 3 internships in 2020 and persevered even though they were canceled because of the pandemic. This past summer, he worked in branch operations for regional finance, and through a USC Upstate career fair, was offered a full-time job with American Credit Acceptance after graduation. Congratulations, David. These are just a sampling of our students, a sampling of you. You are exceptional. You persevere and you achieve. You're smart. You're thoughtful. You're kind. Determined to make a difference. Determined to improve quality of life and opportunity for many in the Upstate region. And wherever you may go, determined to use your education to inspire a thriving and just society. This is who you are as a class of 2021. I couldn't be more proud. As I conclude, let me remind you of a story I told during my introduction as Chancellor, the lesson I shared from my mother. She said, "Benny, live life with an empty cup. That if your cup becomes full, others won't be able to add new ideas to it. Never decide that you have arrived. Never decide that you know it all. Always allow others to pour new ideas into your cup." One way to do this is to remain active with your university. Connect with the Alumni Association, host internships, mentor future students, attend athletic events. Your continued engagement will serve you as you serve others and elevate the reputation of USC Upstate. The future of this institution will be written through your successes and accomplishment as you go forth to build on this foundation. And so I say congratulations to you. Now, it is my honor to introduce members of the Distinguished Platform Party. Joining me are members of Spartanburg County Commissions for Higher Education and distinguished leaders from USC Upstate. Please hold your applause until I have had the opportunity to recognize each by name, as I ask them to stand and remain standing. From the University of South Carolina, Mr. Durham Cole, Jr., Vice President for System Affairs. From Spartanburg County Commission of Higher Education, Dr. David Church, Mrs. Ann Flynn, Dr. Hank Jolly, Mr. Johnny Lee, Mr. Scott Heath, and Mr. Tony Lister. From USC Upstate Distinguished Leadership Team and guests, Dr. Pam Steinke, Interim Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Ms. Kim Jolly, Interim Vice Chancellor for University Advancement and Executive Director of University Foundation, Dr. Britt Katz, Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Mr. Adam Long, Chief Information Officer, Mr. Christopher Taylor, Vice Chancellor for External Affairs and Chief of Staff, Mrs. Cheryl Turner-Watts, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Dr. Moshe Jory, Dean of the College, George Dean Johnson, Jr., College of Business and Economics, Dr. Tanya Boone, Dean of the School of the College of Arts, Humanity and Science, the Social Sciences, Dr. Jenny Chapman, Dean of the College of Science and Technology, Dr. Kim Purdy, Dean of the University College and Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. John Burnett, Dean of the Library, Dr. Carmen Harris, Chair-elect of the Faculty of Senate, Reverend Stacy Mills, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Regional Engagement and Executive Director of USC Upstate's Greenville campus, Mr. Clay Peterson, Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police, Mrs. Benita Hopkins, Associate Vice Chancellor for Development and Alumni Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Matt Slider, Professor of Military Science for the Southern Guards Battalion, Captain Moses Hopkins, Assistant Professor of Military Science, Mr. Arunde Stewart, Student Body President, Dr. Emily Kofed, Announcer, and Ms. Caitlin Purvis, our soloist. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. Let's give these leaders a round of applause. You may be seated. Now I want to introduce you to someone who is a tremendous source of love, of care, counsel, and support for me, just as she is now a source of energy and support for this great university. Please join me in recognizing the First Lady of the University of South Carolina, Upstate, Mrs. Frankie Andrea Harris. Will you please stand? My wife reminds me often when I call her in the middle of the day that I am talking to my wife and not a business colleague, because I answer so formally and I'm so direct and straight to the point. But thank you, honey, for being here and for all of your support. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce an amazing young man, Mr. Arunde Stewart, our Student Government Association President, to bring greetings to you, our graduates, on behalf of the student body. Remember his name. If you get a chance to take a picture with him, do so, because one day he's going to lead this great country or do something exceptionally phenomenal. Mr. Arunde Stewart.
Thank you, Chancellor Harris, for always giving kind words and being a great leader. Good afternoon, parents, friends, faculty, staff, and of course, the graduating class of 2021. Today, we are here to celebrate you as a Spartan. But first, we must know what an Upstate Spartan is. In describing the citizens of Sparta, Greek philosopher Xenophon said, "Battles are decided more by the morale of the troops than by their bodily strength." He reiterated the importance of their character by saying, "If you consider what are called the virtues in mankind, you will find that their growth is assisted by education and cultivation." To sum that up, Spartans are mighty and smart. When I was crafting this speech just a little bit before the 11:59 p.m. deadline, with the shot of Starbucks espresso beside me, I thought to myself, who could I call from this graduating class? I called a former resident advisor, Deanna Ziegler, who graduated today with a bachelor's in nursing. And I asked Deanna, what does it mean to be an Upstate Spartan? And Deanna said, an Upstate Spartan is a USC Upstate student who navigates fearlessly through the trials and tribulations to achieve a goal. Verdasia Clarkley, who also graduated today with a degree in exercise and sports science, said, an Upstate Spartan is a student who is a leader, shows dedication, and fellowship. Nehemiah Chandler, who is graduating today with a degree in mass communications, stated that an Upstate Spartan is a student who is open to challenges to better understand life lessons that are beneficial to one's well-being. After reading these statements several times, averaging about 10 times, I began to reflect on the several trials and tribulations, one being the COVID-19 pandemic as a college student. As college students, our world was turned upside down in a matter of days. On March 12, 2020, we received an email stating that all classes would shift online following spring break. We as students quickly became what I call virtual engineers. As an Upstate Spartan, you geared up and you navigated through the unknown for more than a year, spending countless hours on your computer to complete those assignments that were due at 11:59 p.m. Through the many challenges, you proved that you were determined, you were fearless, and you were resilient. With that, we are here today to celebrate you on a job well done. So remember, as you close this chapter of life to open a new one, life will present trials and tribulations, but as an Upstate Spartan, you have what it takes to navigate fearlessly through these challenges. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward." So with that I say, always be fearless in the face of a challenge and fight like an Upstate Spartan. Thank you for trusting me to be your voice as your Student Government Association president. And lastly, I must say, congratulations, Spartans.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. The business of a public university is a team effort. It requires leadership and commitment from all sectors, including our government and communities. For USC Upstate, one of the key sources of leadership and partnership is the Spartanburg County Commission for Higher Education. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. David Church, Chair of the Commission, to bring greetings on its behalf.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. I want to acknowledge you and First Lady for your first graduation here, and we're so glad to have you in our community. So thank you for everything you're doing for us. You're doing a great job. On behalf of Spartanburg County Commission for Higher Education, it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. Commencement is such a special occasion in the lives of our graduates and certainly our families. We're pleased that you're here this afternoon to celebrate your accomplishments. USC Upstate has long fulfilled the regional and state workforce needs and is a major engine of social and economic development. Graduates, be proud of your USC Upstate degree. It will serve you well. The Commission for Higher Education is also proud of our faculty and staff for their dedication to ensuring that today's graduates have achieved their academic and gained enriching college experience. Congratulations, graduates. We wish you the best of luck and hope that the future holds an abundance of opportunity for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Lieutenant Colonel Matt Slider, Professor of Military Science of the Southern Guards Battalion. Colonel Slider is here with Captain Moses Hawkins this morning to commission a new officer in the United States Army. Colonel Slider.
Thank you, Chancellor Harris, and the leadership of US Upstate for including us in today's momentous ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be here today to represent the Southern Guards Battalion and the United States Army. It is my privilege as a professor of military science to groom, mentor, and coach the next generation of Army officers through the USC Upstate Army ROTC program. It is within my authority to approve the commissioning of cadets into officers upon successful completion of their degree from this institution. The candidate for commission today has demonstrated the values and character we demand of our future leaders. He has excelled in balancing the rigors of his academic requirements alongside our program requirements, while also serving as a soldier in the South Carolina Army National Guard. Today, I am proud to approve the commission of Cadet Christian Okeke, Jr. as an officer in the United States Army. Upon commission, 2nd Lieutenant Okeke will serve on active duty as a transportation officer assigned to Camp Humphreys, South Korea. I invite Captain Moses Hopkins, Assistant Professor of Military Science, and Christian Okeke, Jr. to present themselves on stage, where Captain Hopkins will execute the official oath of office to soon-to-be 2nd Lieutenant Okeke.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Christian Okeke, Jr.,
Do solemnly swear
swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
and
and that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation
or
purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause welcoming the Army's newest 2nd Lieutenant. I invite Chancellor Harris back to the podium. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Colonel Slider and Captain Hawkins. We now move to awarding the graduate degrees. It is my pleasure to introduce Interim Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Pam Steinke.
Good afternoon. The hooding ceremony is special for all who have achieved their master's degree. Candidates will receive their hood from a faculty member or an advisor. Graduates, our marshals will direct you to come forward for individual recognition and congratulations. Dean Jeannie Chapman will come forward now to present the candidate from the College of Science and Technology.
Thank you, Dr. Steinke. As Dean of the College of Science and Technology, it is my pleasure to present our candidate for the Master of Science in Informatics. Dr. Tyrone Toland will award the hood.
Nariman Y. Abushana.
Now we move to awarding the undergraduate degrees. Congratulations again. As before, we ask that all members of the audience remain in their seats throughout the program and that you, our guests, please withhold your applause during the announcement of the graduate's name. Everyone wants to hear their son, their daughter, or sister, or brother's name called. The respect we show our last graduate today is as important as the respect we show the very first. I thank you in advance for honoring our graduates in this ceremony. Graduates, the marshals will direct you to come forward for individual recognition and congratulations. It is my pleasure again to welcome Provost Steinke for the conferral of degrees.
Will Dean Mo Jajori join Chancellor Harris to greet the candidates from the Johnson College of Business and Economics?
Christian N. Okeke.
Kiara L. Jameson, magna cum laude. Christian D. Kamke, summa cum laude.
Cameron D. Reed.
Corin Cannon. Amanda Camp, magna cum laude. Nicholas S. McFalls, magna cum laude.
Annette Alanis Vaca.
J.C. C. Taylor. Andrea E. Sapita, magna cum laude.
David A. Leon, cum laude. Mario Rocha, magna cum laude.
Zebediah J. Sneed.
Brandon M. Baker.
Marizandi Santiago Cedillo. Angela Bobadilla.
Reagan Parrott.
Zachary S. Henson, cum laude.
Tyler Reynolds.
Benjamin M. Johnson, magna cum laude.
Simone M. Papadakis.
Jennifer Escobar Jimenez. Hannah M. Young, magna cum laude. Zoe A. Sears. Shaquila D. Taylor.
Jason S. Cobb, summa cum laude.
William M. Shea, magna cum laude.
Jadavius T. Barcliffe.
Kian L. Middleton Weaver.
Brianna L. Williams.
Markia N. Young. Terry B. Simmons.
Sebastian J. Gaudette.
Jesse L. Suddeth, cum laude. John P. Short.
Cody T. White.
Martin J. Schaefer.
Kaylee E. Cruz. Nariah Watts. Sarah M. Gresham, cum laude. Caleb L. Vanderford.
Carson R. Melvin, cum laude.
Slavik Kishka.
Desmond Allen Young.
Matthew A. Owen. Mark S. Owen.
Chelsea D. Smith.
Shauna Gregory. Christian J. Passwaters. Emily N. Harris. Lauren B. Robinson.
Deja T. Edmonds Surratt.
Will Dean Tanya Boone join Chancellor Harris to greet the candidates from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences?
Patrick A. Mack, magna cum laude.
Ricky H. Getzinger. Brandy T. Kellett.
No pow.
Gerard J. Hildebrandt, magna cum laude. Molly McCutcheon, cum laude. Olivia Sizik. Bobby Joe H. Wimberly, cum laude.
Jasma Austin.
Dakaya U. Jones. Kaylee M. Hester. Precious Keels.
Armani N. Grice. Alexis K. Atkins, cum laude.
Leanne M. Smith. Nashay L. Hilliard. Jean M. Sanchez. Aurora K. Booth. Ashley S. Stoddard. Rachel A. Huddleston.
Natasha Valischuk. Tyler S. Curry, cum laude.
Elizabeth B. Medlin, magna cum laude.
Thomas L. Cody, cum laude. Nehemiah J. Chandler.
Kelsey M. McLaurin. Saterica A. Shivers.
Cedrica R. Coleman. Candace L. Otten. Karen Waldrop. Jacob R. Knoll. Sarah N. Hagan, cum laude. Ivana M. Bell.
Tania Jakai Miles, cum laude. Chelsea R. Sterling Anders, summa cum laude.
Jared M. Miller.
Ilana Yankelevich, magna cum laude.
Hannah N. Hartley. Morgan Bailey, magna cum laude. Caitlin E. Owens, magna cum laude. Kristen M. Lester, magna cum laude.
Jasmine Young.
Devlin Kane Filson. Baya A. Covington.
Kyle J. McIntyre.
Taylor Henderson, cum laude. Alicia Simone Laurent. Katie L. Coggins, magna cum laude.
Tyler R. Gallman.
Sarah K. Austin. Tiana J. Harper.
Kevin M. Jewell. Jordan R. Jeter.
Dominique C. Gibson. Chi I. Vang.
Breon J. Willie. Shay N. McCall. Callum J. Carr, summa cum laude. Haley S. McCoy, summa cum laude. Kiana M. Thompson, cum laude.
Dana J. Leopard.
Stephen H. Case, magna cum laude.
Arth R. Patel, magna cum laude. Elizabeth A. Moss, summa cum laude.
Alender Doggett.
Jacob L. Hayes. Tony Liu.
Sydney N. Willis. Patrick F. Starasto, cum laude.
Melanie Tobin Suleta, cum laude. Arnisha B. Kelly. Alexia M. Hawkins. Joy G. Green. Hannah M. Montgomery. Samantha E. Rodriguez. Elena N. Tucker.
Calendra M. Garcia Dodd. Kiariel L. McDuffie. Natalia Wilson Patterson.
Makalai Usetsky, summa cum laude.
Delwyn Rosa. Jillian M. Kaufman, cum laude.
Stephen Lowe II.
Shamar McFadden.
Destiny Cruz. Molly G. Autry. Kylie T. Vaughn. Alyssa R. Kirby, summa cum laude.
Ania M. Holston.
Kiana Clowney.
Donald A. Talley. Danielle Silvaggi, summa cum laude. Makia B. Williams-Byrd. Madison R. Marquez, magna cum laude. Joshua M. Woods.
William L. Wellborn.
Kaya J. Blunt.
Okay.
Connor A. Shaw.
At this time, we're going to have Dean Jeannie Chapman also join the Chancellor to greet the candidates from the College of Science and Technology.
Justin C. Riley.
Douglas McCoy Fairnot.
Sean M. Brown. Jacqueline D. Marshall.
Courtney G. Cranmer. Elizabeth Quintero, cum laude. Andrea D. Patterson.
Madeline G. Maccabee, cum laude.
Cassandra M. D'Amico, magna cum laude.
Jada D. Johnson. Tiffany A. Saristy. Ashanti N. Carruthers. Maheen M. Shaban, cum laude. Dalen C. Buford.
Bo M. Croft.
Chantel M. McCullough. Brandon Rose. Keandra S. Fogy, cum laude. Wata Kella. Dennis Civilai, cum laude.
Dexter Cochran.
David N. Thompson. Christian B. Tootle Tranquilino. Daunt L. Jones.
Grace N. Mukendi. Jenna W. Hall, cum laude. Eric M. Warren. Alexander Al-Fakir. James A. Little. Anthony J. Coleman Sanders.
Will Dean Kim Purdy join Chancellor Harris to greet the candidates from University College?
Reese C. Thompson. Kyle E. Blackwell. Kristen L. Johnston, summa cum laude. Gail Y. Blake, cum laude. Chastity M. Lyles Norman. Abigail P. Penise, cum laude. Haley A. Butler.
Celine Crittenden.
Barkley Galloway.
Joshua W. Crum. Madison B. Rodriguez, cum laude.
Raquel Medina.
Will all candidates for degrees please rise? You have to shout. Chancellor, all candidates who stand before me and others who cannot be present but whose achievement is being recorded officially by the university, having completed the requirements for their respective degrees, are herewith recommended by the faculty of the university for the conferral of their degrees. Will you please confer these degrees?
Thank you, Dr. Steinke. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the deans and the interim provost and senior vice chancellor, I will commend to President Pastides and the USC Board of Trustees that you be awarded the degree to which you are entitled. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the class of 2021. Graduates, please remain standing. It is a time-honored tradition in the Academy to signal earning our academic credential by moving our tassels from the right to the left. Y'all know right to left on your mortarboards. So graduates, on the count of three, wait just a minute, put them back over. Put it back over. I know I'm going slow. Okay, graduates, on the count of three. I remember when I was getting married, the preacher said, "You may now kiss your bride," and he made me wait. Let us celebrate our new status of graduating from USC Upstate by transitioning your tassel from right to left. 1, everybody, 2, 3. You have now joined the ranks of more than 30,000 alumni who have come before you, you may be seated. I would like to introduce Mrs. Benita Hopkins, Associate Vice Chancellor for Development and Alumni Relation, who brings greetings on behalf of your Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Congratulations, graduates. You are now officially USC Upstate alumni. I would like to celebrate your achievement by welcoming you to the Alumni Association. We hope you continue your lifelong participation with your university, beginning with this celebration and continuing for years to come. We applaud you for reaching this important milestone in your life. Now, as you embark upon the next phase of your life, please know that it's not you against the world. You are in the great company of a vast network of proud USC Upstate alumni worldwide. We look forward to hearing where life takes you next. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins. Graduates, this university will always be your university. Your story is now and forever intertwined within the story of this institution. You are always welcome to come home. Congratulations. I would like to take a moment to recognize two groups who have contributed to today's celebration. The music is from the Spartanburg Philharmonic Quintet for their contributions, and the students who are serving as your marshals. Marshals, please stand so that we can thank you. There are a few back there, and there are others around. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for being here to honor our graduates. I wish each of you a very happy and safe holiday season. I just think we can give one more big round of applause to our 2020 graduates. I don't want to let you go. So, please stand and join in the singing the first verse of the University of South Carolina alma mater, the words of which are on the first page of your program. We ask that you remain in your places until the recession of the platform party, faculty, and graduates is complete. Mrs. Purvis.